Have you ever thought about what you'd do if your heart suddenly began racing, your chest felt tight, and you were entirely alone? No phone nearby, nobody else around, just you, your breathing, and a storm building inside your body. If you're over 60, this isn't just a scary idea. It's something that could happen when you least expect it. But here's the good part. Knowing a handful of simple steps, 7, to be precise, can make the difference between getting through a heart attack or not. This isn't about fear. It's about being prepared. Now picture this. You're sitting in your favorite chair, maybe reading or watching TV. You notice a strange pressure in your chest. It's not exactly pain, but it feels heavy. Then your left arm tingles. Sweat appears on your forehead. You try to ignore it. Maybe it's nothing, but somewhere inside you know something is wrong. In that hesitation, that waiting, it's what kills most people because they pause, they doubt themselves, and by the time help arrives, it's too late. So let's change that right now. Tip number 1 is something many people get wrong. Chew, don't swallow the aspirin. If you think you're having a heart attack and you're not allergic to aspirin, chew a regular strength one immediately. Not a coated pill, not a gummy, just plain aspirin. Chewing gets it into your bloodstream faster. It works by thinning your blood and slowing clot formation, which is often what's blocking your heart in the first place. Do this the moment you feel that chest pressure, not after you've called someone, not after you've thought about it for 5 minutes. Chew it right away, but what if you don't have aspirin nearby? That leads us to tip number 2, always carry a heart attack kit. I know it sounds dramatic, but it's really no different from carrying reading glasses or a walking stick. Your kit should have at least one uncoated aspirin, a list of emergency contacts, and a small note card with your medical history. Keep it in your pocket, purse, or right next to your TV remote, wherever you spend most of your time, because when it hits, you won't have time to search through drawers. Tip number 3, recognize the quiet signs. Everyone expects heart attacks to look like they do in the movies, crushing chest pain, dramatic collapse, shouting for help. But especially in seniors, heart attacks can appear softly. Sudden heavy fatigue, nausea, dizziness, jaw or neck pain, even shortness of breath without chest pain. Women especially tend to have these quieter symptoms. So if you feel something out of the ordinary, like your body is trying to tell you something, don't ignore it. Listen, because your heart doesn't lie. It whispers before it shouts. Now, if you're alone and you start noticing those signs, your first instinct might be to lie down and rest, but that isn't always the right choice. Which brings us to tip number 4, stay upright and calm. Sitting upright helps your heart work with less strain. Lying flat can actually make things worse, especially if fluid starts building up in your lungs. Find a chair or the edge of a bed, sit up, and try to stay calm. I know that's easier said than done, but panicking raises your heart rate, and right now, you need to slow everything down. Let's say you've taken the aspirin, you're sitting upright, and the symptoms are getting stronger. Now what? Tip number 5, call emergency services. Even if you're not sure, don't try to drive yourself. Don't wait to see if it passes. The people who survive heart attacks are the ones who act fast. You have about a 10-minute window where action is everything. Even if you live alone, you must plan ahead for this step. Keep your phone close. Program emergency contacts. Use a medical alert button if you have one. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you smart. And if you truly don't have a phone within reach or can't get to it, this next tip might just save your life. Tip number 6, force a cough gently and rhythmically. Now, this is debated and isn't meant to replace calling for help. But if you feel faint, if your heart rhythm starts to feel off, repeated soft coughing may help keep blood flowing enough to buy you a little more time. Think of it like jump, starting a stalled engine. Take a deep breath, then cough hard, deep breath, then cough again. It's not a cure, but it might help keep you conscious just long enough. Now, before we get to the final and most surprising tip, let's talk about what happens in the minutes after you've done all this. You've taken the aspirin, you're sitting upright, help is on the way, or at least you've tried everything to reach it. Here's where tip number 7 becomes the game changer. Focus on your breath, slow it down, control it. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Short, shallow breathing makes your heart work harder. Long, deep breaths save energy. If your mind starts to spiral, bring it back to your breathing. You're still here, you're still fighting. You're buying time for help to get to you. What's amazing is how something as simple as breathing can pull your body out of panic. Seniors who practice breathing techniques regularly, not just in emergencies, tend to survive better. Their bodies are used to stress, their minds more grounded. That's why doctors recommend mindfulness not as a trend, but as a tool, a way to stay alive. But let's be honest, even with these 7 tips, none of this matters if you never think about it again after this video ends. So I'm going to give you one bonus tip, just one practice, once a month. Sit down and walk through this plan. Chew a pretend aspirin, sit upright, breathe, pretend you're calling for help, because in the real moment, your body won't want to think. It'll want to survive, and the best way to survive is to already know what to do. Let's be real, getting older comes with enough surprises. Your heart failing you shouldn't be one of them.